We count it down right here at the scope. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna see how my picks go. If they will get obliterated, we'll just have to see here. All right, everybody, we are back in action. I'm BB Davis, BB Love Sports, right here on the official YouTube. The sports and gaming is exquisite fusion. Okay, it was a bummer for the Gamecocks when they faced off with Carolina, and that was such a bummer because everybody was just like, okay, we got this win, we got this win, we got this win. And that score was 24-20. Not a blowout, so it was nothing to be like overwrought with, but you know, a fan is a fan is a fan. But now, facing off this weekend with Charleston, South Carolina would win it 72-10. And I would call that one right there an obliteration. Boom. Okay, so we're going to be talking a little bit more here about some of the college highlights here, and I'm just going to kind of go through some of them, some of the highlights. And we have here Michigan facing off with Army. Michigan would win that one 24-21. And then you had Clemson facing off with Texas A&M 24-10. So they're on that undefeated streak, as well as Alabama and New Mexico State 62-10. So I would definitely call that one a lights out and obliteration on that one. Ohio State obliteration over Cincinnati 42-0. Then you had Oklahoma facing off of South Dakota, and that would be 70-14. Boise State faces off with Marshall 14-7, and Boise State would win that one. And then you had Syracuse and Maryland, 63 for Maryland and 20 for Syracuse. And then you had Wake Forest facing off with Rice, that was 41-21. And then Georgia faced off with Murray State, and Murray State would go down to the Bulldogs of Georgia, and that would be 63-17. Then we had Tulane and Auburn. Auburn will win that one 24-6. And I know someone who is in the press box with me that's very happy about that Auburn. Okay, and then you had Arizona facing off with Northern Arizona. That would be 65-41. And then Stanford and USC 45-20. So a lot of these games are just really, really electric. Some of the upcoming for week 3 that I'm excited to see about is going to be Chattanooga and Tennessee, and also UNC and Wake Forest. That's going to be a pretty good one right there. And then, of course, Alabama, and Carolina. They face off. That's going to be a really good game. And let's see, there was another one that really caught my attention. Oh yeah, that would be, oh yeah, Kent State and Auburn. That's going to be a really good one right there. And then, of course, Clemson faces off with Syracuse and Florida State and Virginia. This is going to be some really, really good games. I love the matchups there, and that's just going to be amazing. Okay, so now we are going to head more into my mukbang as I give my picks for the NFL. All right, this is how I'm going to call it. These crunching sounds and smacking sounds are about to get live right now. Mmm. They're the Chiefs and Jaguars.
Jesus Christ, my nerves, guys.
I'll probably have to go with the Chiefs. We'll see. Falcons and Vikings. By the time you get this, I'm going to be seeing if I'm obliterated or not. I think I'm going to go with the Vikings over the Falcons. And then the Titans and the Browns. I think I'm going to go with the Browns. I'm going to go with the Browns on that one. And then the Bills and the Jets. I'm losing chips. I think I'm going to go with the Jets. The Dolphins and the Ravens. I think I'm going to go with the Ravens. I know my cousins and them are like probably talking trash about me. We got a lot of cousins in the family that's Dolphin fans. The Redskins and the Eagles. I don't know, I think I'm going to go with the Eagles on that one. I don't know, Redskins might pull up. Okay. The Rams and the Panthers. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to go with the Rams. But the Panthers probably will win that one. We'll see. But I think I'm going to go with the Rams. We're going to see what happens. And the Colts and the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chargers. Bengals and Seahawks. I think I'm going to roll with the Seahawks. And Giants and the Cowboys. Ooh, this is going to be a match. Oh! With all that contract talk, I think I'm going to go with the Cowboys. Let's see what happens. 49ers and Buccaneers, you know, I'm from Tampa. I think I'm rolling with the Buccaneers. 813. Lions and the Cardinals. Woo. I'm going to the Lions. Steelers and the Patriots. My dad is a big Patriots fan. My dad was born in Tampa, Florida, but he's a Patriots fan to the end. I think I'm going with the Patriots. My BFF is a Steelers fan. Oh, God. Okay, Texans and the Saints. I'm going to roll with the Saints and Broncos and the Raiders. Well, no, Panthers and the Rams. I said Raiders. Back up. Yeah, I'm going to go. I'll just go with the Rams, but we'll see what the Panthers do. Okay. The Raiders and the Broncos. I'm going to roll with the Raiders. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if I got obliterated. Alright, so before I end this coverage, because we just wanted to go through the football scores and get my picks in. Serena lost in the match, and she made a statement saying she has to get better about letting Serena show up for the Grand Slams, because, you know, she's been losing them in succession. But here's the thing. I don't know if I would have put out that statement. Take the L. Sometimes saying less is more. It leaves less for criticism and great sportsmanlike conduct. Zone back in and focus. I thought she did really well leading up to that moment, because it was such a meltdown last year, and her composure was way better this year. But we have a lot of great talent out there in tennis, and these girls are on their game, and they're hungry. So that fight is going to be just like electric. That's my POV, my point of view. But I think with Serena, get that fire. And people change. And you can't just put it all on, for a lot of people talking motherhood and stuff like that. That's very sexist to say that. But there is changes as a wife and a mother. But she is one of the GOATs. And she just have to find this new fire. And the past be the past. Find the new fire and just go from there. Osaka, after that moment, facing off with Coco, I just feel like it's so unfair that she has to step it up when someone that's deep, deep in their emotions. That meltdown with Serena, and then this crying, emotional moment with Coco. And Osaka was so gracious, but could not enjoy her win like she should enjoy it. I think people need to not only practice on their grace for winning, but be graceful in your losing. And learn to be graceful in your losing. I think that is the hardest for anybody. Especially when you are the achiever, overachiever, and you want the win. Everybody wants to win. But you need to be graceful in losing. And I don't think it's going to be too many more times where Osaka is going to be this, where she can't have her moment just to herself. And you be a graceful person who didn't win. And just let her have her moment without her making you feel, or you feel like that. I just feel like when she did that next match, she was just like over everything. And it can be mentally draining. But I wish them all well. And Serena too. And we'll just see what happens. All right, this has been a little quick take right here. I'll be coming back with more commentary right here on the Scope Report with Sports and Gaming. It's Exquisite Fusion, and see how my picks went. You can also find me on Instagram, BB Love Sports, as well as Twitter, BB Love Sports. And I'll be back. This burrito was everything.
She bad, but you know the deal. She bad.
Not obliterated.